by Alex Frazee to step up and get some kills over here on this snake side of the field. So looks like Impact is down to 3 bodies right now, and they have nobody on this snake side of the field.
It's a 3-on-3 right now. You got they've got Dorito 2. Impact does on the Dorito side. They've got the tower, and then they're also got that left can. Everybody's stacked on that Dorito side.
And here comes, it looks like Anthony Fiazza coming down that Dorito side, and Josh Davey right behind him. I think that might be. Yes, Josh Davey right behind him. So, Yosh Rao trying to make a move up the center. So looking good initially, Dynasty, but then that Dorito side, that's the, that sort of thorn right over there for him. They just haven't been able to. Justin looks like he got shot off the break. So though Alex Frazee was able to do well over here, he's going to be the last guy left alive, and he gets shot by Josh Davey.
Yeah, Dynasty throwing in the towel there. It's a 3-on-1, but yeah, on the break, it was a 3-on-3 on the break. Both teams shot 2 guys, and I think Alex actually shot that guy secondary in a little bit, but yeah, started out 3-on-3, and it was kind of funny because Impact stacked all 3 of their players. They actually had 2 players shift over to the Dorito side. They left the snake side completely open, and typically that would be a bad move, but it definitely worked out for them there. They threw those guys down the Dorito side real fast, and
yeah, and it was, definitely it looked like initially Dynasty looked better on the snake side, though they did lose Angel off the break, but Alex was handling, so there was no one over here, but Alex never able to get into the snake because they had no offense over there on that Dorito side. And we got Quincy Boyas and Alex Savino right now getting this set for Dynasty. They're on the field right now. Davey Williamson and Ryan Martin's out there, and it looks like they're running Angel again. So the Angel's running every single point. But I'll tell you what, I got to give a lot of respect to Impact, man. They did not look as good, I thought, in the wild card division as Infamous, who got destroyed by the Russians today. That score was 9-2, and it was a solid beating.
Right.
They lost. They just obviously they came in 8th seed, and they're playing Dynasty, who's won 2 events this year, and they came out smashing, man. The score again was 6-5, so closer on paper than I really feel it was on the field. And now they're continuing in this match. And who's been? It's again across the board. When you look at their kill counts, they're all like, their average is probably 2-3 each. So it's like in a half, which means that means across the board everyone's stepping up. It's not just Josh Davey carrying. It's not Justin Cornell. It's not just Zach Yakmek. No, they're all getting their reps. They're all getting kills, and they're all handling.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about Dynasty, but that's just because the pressure's on them.
Exactly.
They've got to go.
Yeah, Impact's got to win right now. The pressure's off them. Yes, it's still the World Cup. They still playing Dynasty, and they got to win. But man, they could definitely put the coffin nail in deep with this game.
Both teams keeping 5 players left alive on the break, so it's still a 5-on-5.
See Piazza getting a little mini Dorito into Dorito 2 on the Dorito side, and Quincy Boyce. Oh, looks like Alex Savino gets shot in the head. He's going to get checked up by the referee. Nope. I don't know. The referee is going to get in there and check him out. Alex hasn't shot yet, so. And big move by Ryan Martin trying to swing out on the snake side of the field. Yes, Alex Savino did get shot. And you're looking right there. Yeah, he's getting pulled out by the referee.
G3 at least for 3 Dynasty players walking off the field at least.
And you see Justin Cornell now making his move into the snake. And immediately comes down and gets gunned up. Inside, looks like he got a shot on him. Nice job. So now it's just Quincy Boyas, and he's going to take it. And here comes Impact, man, continuing to put it on Dynasty. Wow, Dynasty, they got to dig deep. It's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do and bring, skill or line-wise. Because if I'm SK and I'm in this position, I would almost walk in right at this point. I'd be walking in and be like, all right, who wants to play paintball?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember where you are? Do you remember what we've done this year? Do you really want to go home? Is anyone going to go out there and not die out of their bunker? Can we get anyone to make the snake corner? Can anyone on this team make a snake corner? Those are the types of questions I would be asking if I was.
And that's what you got to say. Like Justin Cornell in that game didn't go the snake on the break, played real patient paintball, which is something that you see out of more experienced players. The younger guys, they're out there and they're, my job is to make snake, got to make snake, got to make snake. And he was patient. He sat there, he waited for his move to come along, and he jumped in there.
Let's listen into the Dynasty pit right now.
No, yeah, in practice I would die to be. If you're in that temple.
And you can see right now, you see David Williamson filling up his gun, and Angel Fergoza
You
so
know,
he's going to get a rest, I think. Yeah, they're going to send out Justin Schwartz, Alex Savino, Ryan Martin. No, it looks like
Alex
Yosh Rao,
Frazee.
Justin Schwartz, Alex Savino. I'm sorry, Ryan Martin, Alex Frazee, and Ryan Greenspan.
You know, they showed Davey Williamson in that picture, and he's one of those guys on the team where if in a situation like this, if you're not doing your job, he'll be the first one to come up to you and say, like, look, man, either sack up or sit yourself. Like, you don't need to be on the field if you can't do your job. And he's a leader on and off the field, and he lets SK do his job. He doesn't try to interfere with that, but he is one of those guys where he can motivate you, and he tells you, like, straight up, if you're not doing your job, like, sit down and let us handle it. And I think that's really important. He's in that situation. He's not yelling at anybody. He's just, hey, do your job.
And that's because he's a veteran. He's been around the sport for so long. Look at the breakout. Oh, looks like Fiazza getting shot off the break. And all the way up to the center is Zach Yakmek for impact. And able to Justin Cornell.
Wow, now only
and another impact player able to get out on the corner, but they lose their entire Dorito side. So there is no Dorito side. It's just the snake, and Justin Cornell is going to try to get up in there. You see all the way onto the 50-yard line, but it's just him. There's no one else left alive. Let's see, but no one. I think they've lost him. Yeah, I think a couple players lost him, but they've definitely found him. He's able to get Ryan Greenspan, and Alex Frazee is now hunting him down. And Alex Frazee is going to finally put it on him. Let's see if Dynasty has players left alive. That looks like Justin Schwartz is still alive. So he's kind of playing it a little tentative now because that was kind of crazy. So finally getting on the board, and okay, now here's what we're talking about. Now it's important as a player to understand that though you had a first couple bad points, okay, now we got the engine going. It's a 1-point match. So much paintball left to be played. Just under 8 minutes here to play in the first half.
Right, and Dynasty's got to look, all right, what do we do well in that game? We shot everybody off the Dorito side on the break, and we capitalized on it. We marched down the Dorito side. We took advantage whenever we had the advantage, and that's what they've got to do. And, I mean, that's what your good teams do. So they obviously made some adjustments. They figured out their lanes. They shot 2 guys on the break, and actually, I'm sorry, they shot 1 guy on the break and another guy trying to fill that position, which is another good sign of an experienced player. Not only can you shoot that guy, you got to stay on that lane and keep them from filling out. So they did that well. They capitalized on it. They did everything right. And, you know, not taking anything away from impact, though. Like, I mean, going into a 50 snake when you're down 2 players, that's ballsy, you know, and that's what you have to do. He tried to swing the game, and we've talked about that, how X-ball matches aren't won by a march down the field. They're won by a swing. It's either the snake side swings or the Dorito side swings, and whichever one goes first, you're going to win that point. So, and that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to swing faster than Dynasty could swing, and it just, Dynasty had too many players left.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, like you said, it's a reaction, and that's basically like what was happening, and the reason why, I mean, you want to confuse and you want to disorient, and if you can't do that and you're predictable, then you will always be getting beat, and even that's as a team, that's as a player, and that's why, you know, when you look at how if you're listening right now and you're wondering, okay, how does somebody pull off a 3-on-1? How does somebody come back from behind? You try to do what Justin Cornell just did. You try to get lost and reappear and blow someone's head off. And then you know, maybe wrap around, get another guy when he's not looking. You're basically just saying, okay, well, they have numerical superiority. They think they know where I am, but they just, you know, you kind of, if it's 4-on-2, you kind of get used to, okay, that guy's in that corner and that guy's in the snake 1.
Right.
And because you have so many bodies, you think that they're going to stay there because you guys have more guys. But if you can make that move and pull it off, and it doesn't always work, of course, which it didn't work for Justin, but they did lose him for a while, and he was able to shoot Ryan Greenspan. All right, we see on the breakout right here, Angel Fergoza. They did not send him out very wide this time, and they keep losing that Dorito side, man. Impact is doing an awesome job of shooting people off the break, as we see Alex Frazee dying as well out of his bunker in that back center.
It's a 5-on-2 now in favor of Impact, or 5-on-3, I'm sorry.
Penalty freak. I mean, you know, this is the penalties have definitely hurt teams so far in this event and today, and we really haven't seen it here so far with these guys. Let's see if they can keep that going. Josh Davey trying to make something happen over there on the Dorito side, and I'm getting taken out. And Zach Yakmek is over here, and you see he's getting shot at by Angel Fergoza, who's still gunned up, going back and forth, and he's back up on his feet now. He wants to make a move. We see a big move to try to get out behind Zach on this into the back stand-up.
There we go.
So Zach shooting cross field right now. Referee getting in there. Looks like that's Big Fish, our referee, and here comes Davey Williamson right behind him, and he ends up taking Zach out. So wrapping around that side, it's Alex Savino.
Great. Dynasty, you know, down 2 on the break, man. They come forward, and just little things like that. Like we're talking about, you got to swing the field. Justin Cornell makes it in a snake. They're keeping you out of the snake. All right, we'll run down the Doritos.
Yeah.
And that's what you got.
It's punch counter punch, man. If I jab you with my right or jab you with my left, jab you with my left, jab you with my left, you got to be expecting that overhand right, Or
right.
if you're getting the overhand rights, that's the thing. The paintball is just like that. We go snake, 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 Dorito. And it's not like, okay, our plan this time is to do. No, it's on the field you figure that out.
Right.
And that was a really good job by Alex Savino, who, I wouldn't exactly call him a rookie because he did play for LTC and he's been playing tournaments for a while, but he just got on Dynasty. And as far as top-level player, top-level team-type qualifications, yes, he is a rookie. But, man, I'll tell you what, he's definitely been impressive this year because he's a sponge.
Right.
He's a sponge, he's down, he's game, and he's willing to roll, and he's definitely going to, try to learn. And he just walks into it with eyes open like, okay, what can I, okay, I want to get better, I mean, he's got an edge to him, of course, but you need an edge out here, You can't not be soft on this field.
Well, if you look at that game, too, as far as Dynasty won that point based on the Dorito side. If you look at where they lost players on the break, they lost them off the Dorito side. They filled those positions, and they won the game from that side of the field. And I think that might be something Impact looks at. Like, all right, man, we shot those guys on the break, but we didn't lock off those lanes afterward, and they were able to fill out, and they won the game from that side. And, Justin Cornell was already in the snake for Impact, so if Dynasty didn't make that move, it was just a ticking time bomb waiting for him to come down and shoot everybody in the back, because Justin Cornell is a very good player in the snake, and you're not going to be able to stop him very easy without going down that Dorito side. It's kind of interesting, though, how we talked about Angel was losing those battles in the snake with Justin, and it's like they haven't met up yet. I know. Yeah. I'm waiting for it again.
Yeah.
Like I'm waiting to see. There hasn't been a single point where both teams have had the snake at the same time.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, and you're the top level player, so you understand the nature of the game. But I talked to Tim Montresor about this particular field out, which they played probably 100 points against Dynasty, and he told me that there, out of 100 points that they played total, that maybe as far as guys being in this snake together at the same time, maybe 10.
Yeah.
That's 10% of the time.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see that a lot in this one because it's a long snake and there's a lot of obstacles there and a lot of bunkers to work with. But at the same time, because even those lanes look like you could just jump, that timeout called by Dynasty, as we're all tied up at 2 apiece right now. But because this snake layout is the way it is, that's why it's the smart players that are going to prevail over here, you know? And you really kind of have to pick and choose and time your moves through those lanes. Because those lanes look small out there. It looks like a small lane, but, man, it's, there's paintballs whizzing through those lanes.
Yeah, maybe, 5-10 years ago, you make it through a gap like that. With the way guns are now, there's just no way.
Yeah, and it's interesting, too, because the rate of fire has steadily come down from, say, 2003 when NXL first started. And that's when the uncapped ramp was real. But that was, we didn't even know how fast the paintball gun could shoot back then, really. You know, we didn't know we were going to keep to 25 balls a second, which was pretty lawless.
And we were playing back then the first year of the NXL. Like I was, I had the privilege of playing the NXL that year, and it was, I played for Oakland Assassins, so we were known for having the fastest guns of anyone out there. And you're shooting 20 balls a second, and if the fields looked like they look now, back then nobody would have ever gotten anywhere.
And that's why they had to throw the pins in. So that's why if you're unfamiliar with this, and pretty sure we probably have a pretty decently hardcore audience, so I'm sure you are familiar with the pins. But if you're not, those are there to block shots. They're not really there to hide. Though you can use them as bunkers, but they're there to block those opening lanes so everybody can get out alive. That being said, the guns are now shooting 13.3, and they did that this year to open it up. All right, so you're looking right here at the spread of Impact.
Impact still 5 alive. Dynasty's dropped 1 body so far.
So Impact, pretty conservative right now. They're all locked in their bunkers, knee on the ground, gunned up, shooting the lanes. You see Dynasty, Ryan Greenspan. Yep, yeah, he was on his feet, man. Anytime if you're looking at body language, you can tell when a guy wants to move. Like, look at Angel right there. Angel, one knee up there, and that's a stable shooting platform, and that's how a lot of guys do it. But then, boom, as soon as he gets shot, here comes Justin Cornell down that Dorito, or down the snake side of the field, man. You give him an inch. Ryan Greenspan now moves back to the back center to try to counteract that, and they still have Quincy Boyas alive over there on the Dorito side of the field. 3 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the first half. All tied up at 2 apiece. Justin and his snake going to work.
This
Only person over here is Ryan Greenspan, so this could be shape up to be a really cool battle. But it's Justin Swartz cross field, and he's hanging out. It's a little sized Dorito. Now Justin is gun battling with, I think that's Yosh Rao there in the center. So Yosh Rao is just zoned up, man. I'll tell you what, if I don't want to be in this snake with Yosh Rao with his gun zoned up just on me, expecting me to pop my head out. So Yosh has got to keep his gun on that guy because he needs to let Ryan be able to kind of see. Oh, and looks like Swartz finally shot, and Justin gets a shot on Yosh and feasts on Ryan. So here comes impact. Zach Yakbeck grabbing that flag.
And that's what we were talking about. Justin Cornell, man, if you do not keep him back in Snake 1, he will blow you apart. And just, he maybe didn't get all the kills there, but just having him there definitely opens up the field. And we were saying how it took Yosha's gun. Yosha's was swinging back and forth, trying to keep the Dorito side out, trying to shoot the Snake a little bit. And once Cornell's in there, he's got to stay focused on that. And he did a good job of that. But
all right, so if you guys just tuned in, basically the day is broken down like this. We're watching Dynasty take an impact right now. It's a best 2 out of 3 situation. So if you win 2 games, you advance to the next round. Dynasty's already lost. So if they do not win this game right here, then their World Cup adventure ends today. Next up, after that game, we had Ironman taking on Damage. Ironman started slow. It was their first game of the event. Damage mowed through the wild card division and really, prove to people that they deserve to be in this top 8, Elite 8 right now. But then they slowed down, man. After putting those points on the board, they didn't have much offense. Ironman, and honestly, everyone's always like, oh, it's easy to talk about the Ironman, just say Oliver Lang, and people are kind of, they're so stacked with talent that a lot of people that don't know the game, just because they know Oliver's on the Ironman, like, oh, well, Oliver played great, and that's why they won, which is not always the case. Yeah, Oliver's amazing, but man, they're across the board stacked with talent. But I'll tell you what, this particular time, Oliver was a spark plug, man. And he showed again why, no matter what people say about him, he's one of the best, or the best, really, So yeah, on any given day, anyone can be the best. Like you're looking at Alex Frazier right there. I mean, he played amazing last event, played better than Oliver. So, but that first game, Oliver stepped up, and they ended up winning 6-4. All right, we're looking at Impact.
Really awesome move for Impact here into this Dorito. Came from around the outside of that left tower and wrapped all the way into that Dorito there. So a long way to get there, but you're in.
Referee getting over there and checking out Impact player, and that could have been a penalty. He didn't shoot his gun, so that's why he didn't get a penalty, and that's basically the difference. If you get shot and you just kind of chill in your bunker and wait for the referee to come pull you out, most times you're not going to get a penalty as long as you don't shoot your gun or yell, or you just kind of sit there and be like, hey, am I hit?
Or try to hide it.
Or try to hide it. Yeah, you're definitely going to get a penalty. Moves by Dynasty on that Dorito side, and get a shot cross field on Scott. Cole Scott ended up getting shot in that. It was a good job getting there off the break, but able to let him get penetration. And now they're losing guys. Dynasty's losing guys off that snake side. Davey Williamson, the veteran, still alive over there. Angel Fergoza in frustration, super angry about that last point and getting shot over there. He's just, this really means a lot to him.
Angel's one of those guys, man. Like he will take the blame. He'll look at it and be like, man, I got to play better. And I know he's frustrated with himself right now. He hadn't made it in the snake yet this whole match.
Yeah, and now you're looking at Josh Davey to stand up on this Dorito side of the field, try to get a shot on Davey Williamson. It's just Davey Williamson over here on this snake side. No, there's no one for Impact, but Impact does have 3 players from, they got the little box behind Dorito 1 on the Dorito side. So Davey's got to play smart over here, which is what Davey does. Davey's been a veteran for a long time now. And he gets a shot on Josh Davey. So Davey Williamson taking out Josh Davey, former teammate of him. Got a bounce. And that's another thing about Davey. I love him to death, and he is definitely one of the luckiest paintball players. But that's scary because if you mix skill with luck.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best combination you can have.
Yeah, and Davey just feasted again, taking out that back guy. So Quincy Boyce and Davey Williamson stepping up.
We were talking about that the other day about players that they have no traditional form, but they seem to get the job done. Like we were talking about Dusty Odell from X Factor. That guy running down the field looks like a giraffe trying to get down the field, but somehow he gets there and he puts a lot of paintballs on people.
Yeah, and it's unorthodox, but it works. So it's all tied up at 3 apiece. 42 seconds left. Now, Travis works for CP, but Travis, just introduce yourself to the crowd. You've been around the sport for a long time. You know the game, which is why we have you up here.
Yeah.
But just, people are inquiring as to who you are. So, I mean,
I started playing paintball probably in 1995 or 96. Played in the NPPL back when it was 15-man days, and then 10-man days. Played with the Texas Black Diamonds. Went from there, played for Texas Storm. Went from there to play for Bob Long's Oakland Assassins. Went from there to play for Avalanche. I guess semi-retired after that. Took the entire 2005 season off, and then went from there and came to work for Custom Products. So I do all of our marketing and team sponsorship and importing, exporting. I mean, everything, product development. So we're really excited about some of the new stuff that's come out there.
Yeah, what's new?
Well, at this event, we just got in our new microfiber squeegees, which we had before in San Diego of last year, and the demand was huge for them. And so we got them in, and then whenever the Olympics went to China, they shut down our factory for like 3 months, so we had a huge gap in getting them in. The Chinese government went in and was like, well, the Olympics are coming, you're not making anything. So we got those back in. Some of the unique stuff has 2 layers of microfiber. It's a little bit thinner than a regular squeegee. What happens with a regular squeegee is if you notice, like, you get all the paint just on the end of the squeegee.
Yeah.
With ours, it's a little bit thinner, so it's not just shoving the paint back to your bolt. It actually absorbs on the sides, which is what a squeegee should do. And then all of us have been in a bunker where the squeegee goes in and only half of it comes back out, and you're sitting there.
Many times.
So what we've done is basically that microfiber is sewn onto a plastic rod. Well, we've tied a rope all the way through that plastic rod, so even if for some reason the rubber piece in the middle came undone or the glue came undone or whatever, you've still got a rope holding the thing together, so no matter what, the thing's coming out. So
you'll be able to shoot afterwards.
Right. And, microfiber as it is absorbs 10 times what regular cloth does, so, I mean, it's really cool. We're really happy with them. So those are available at the CP booth. They're available from Custom Products. Any Custom Products dealer should have them by now. And then,
so we got a timeout called by Impact. You guys make hard parts. You got any hard part? New hard
yeah,
parts
that's obviously our bread and butter. I mean, we've had the ASAs and everything forever. We're releasing a new tactical line coming out. We've got a new remote system out that a lot of the stores are happy about. Obviously, not too applicable for the tournament scene, but we do have a new tactical remote out that we're real happy with. 100% made in the United States. So, and just like everything, Custom Products has 100% lifetime warranty on it. So, real happy with that. We just at this event released a new direct mount on-off, which is one of the patents that we own, where the screws actually go through the on-off and bolt directly onto your guns. So you don't have to worry about bending a rail. You don't have to worry about anything. The screws go straight through. It's got an on-off knob. It bleeds all the air out of your system whenever you turn it off. So you keep the air in your tank, but you don't have to shoot your tank off your gun. So some neat stuff there. And then, I mean, we over the past few months, we released a new clamping feed neck that we're real happy with. And, I mean, MSRP for $30, so great price point on that. And we also have our one-piece barrels that have been huge. And, a lot of people think a one-piece barrel isn't as good as a two-piece. Well, like, we sponsor Team X Factor, and half the guys on X Factor want to use the one-piece barrel. They like it better. And, MSRP for $30 for a one-piece barrel, like, you can't beat it, And whenever there's pro players out here that are winning games, playing really well with it, you can't doubt it. So, and we pull those barrels off the shelf, same thing that you buy.
All right, so that's the new CP stuff. Thanks, Travis, and thanks for helping me out doing some play-by-play. All right, so we're watching Justin Cornell about to get checked out by the referee, and yeah, he definitely got shot, so he's going to walk off, and it looks like a bloodbath for, X Factor just walking off real fast, and Dynasty's going to try to take advantage of that. Swartz is just feeding over there on the Dorito side of the field.
G5, I believe. Oh.
And there was 40 seconds left to start this point, and this is what is really important right now, to have the composure, to look up, because, when you're starting a point like 40-second point, this is all what you need to keep in mind is if you guys are out there and you play X-Ball and you're at that where it's like close games, so you don't want to give the team another point, it's all about the break.
Right.
And over there, Justin basically he realized that they did such a good job of shooting people off the break that enabled him to make a move, and he was looking for that. So it's in your mind, you're looking for that. As soon as the break happens, you immediately like, all right, where are we? Now, just on the flip side of that, you also have to keep in mind that if you lost 3 guys off the break, well, and there's 40 seconds left, then it's basically like, dude, you know what? You may wear 8 in your back, but just tighten up. You watch one way, the other guy watches the other way, and hold them off.
Right.
So that they don't score that point.
You know what may be more important than Dynasty winning that point is Angel Fregosa making it into the snake, and I think he's going to get some confidence back because that's going to set the second half. And, we watched him. He's obviously getting really frustrated over there. He's been kept out of the snake. He made it in, even with the players on this side still left alive. So, I mean, he did his job, and I think the mental state of one player on the team can make or break a match. And I think with Angel's head, if that got his head back in it, man, this could be a totally different second half of that team.
I totally agree with you because, he's had, we just watched him throw a pod down in anger. And Angel doesn't really get frustrated, man. He's a machine.
Right.
He goes out, he gets his sets, he gets his reps, and he doesn't really get too affected mentally, at least so much that you'll see it in his body language. I mean, you may see him run more, like, when he digs and he runs, he's like, it just looks like just power. That's really the only way to describe it, He's just, his legs are moving fast. He's pumping with his arms. He runs half with his arms,
Yeah.
And but to see him get that frustrated tells me that he really wants to win this tournament, that he's pissed he's not getting out there, and that now, just like you said, you saw him run that flag in. I mean, he didn't even need to run it in that fast.
Right.
But he did it because the immediacy, I think, of this event and the fact that if they lose this, then, that shows very poorly on the fact. I mean, they won 2 events this year. And the funny thing is everybody I talked to, not everybody, but a majority of the people that I talked to, whether it was fans or other pros or, media or coaches, everyone's like, Dynasty's a team to beat. Dynasty, look out for Dynasty. Because obviously they won 2 events, so it's not like rocket science. But that being said, they really have kind of coalesced into that because if you have guys like Alex Savino stepping up, guys like Swart stepping up to complement all the rest of their superstars. So if you have emerging guys that could one day be those stars to complement, let's listen to their pitch right now. You see Davies got a smile on Davies' face.
This is the deal with World Cup, though. If you're not firing with every single player,
we are not going home right now.
Listen in on this.
15 fucking minutes of hard-ass fucking paintball. We're going off to a slow start. It's all good now. We're fucking gelling. We're shooting our guns, and we're fucking getting to our spots alive. Keep the fucking intensity. Shove it down their fucking throats, man. They don't have shit on us, and they all fucking know it.
Hey, man,
they're fucking shitting themselves over
instead of letting them fucking just shoot their guns, take these moves from them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Go fucking aggressive. Stab one of these motherfuckers in the fucking side of their ear, and they won't do the same shit they did before. Come on. Play as a fucking unit. Play as a unit. Play as a team. And we fucking do it right now, right here. DYNAST! 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 Alright, motherfuckers, you feel the power? Have your fucking brothers back and let's fucking win this game.
Talk your seat, get up and play.
Let's go, boys.
That's Justin Swartz, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of
neat. Their huddles now.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Like you see a player come into a team. He's obviously not one of the veterans on the team, and he's there leading a very family-friendly huddle.
But again, there is. If you've got kids watching this, there's parental advisory on this, and this is paintball, man. I mean, this is the World Cup. There's $25,000 at stake. These guys this is what they do. You see that guy Justin in there?
But look at this real fast, man. Not to cut you. Angel Fregosa, first one out on the field, lined up, ready to go. Obviously, his head's in it. He wants this. But like we were saying, this is World Cup. If every single player on your team isn't playing 110%, and if they aren't just absolutely clicking, you're not going to win World Cup.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just looking at that huddle, that is a huddle that tells me that team came to play.
Right.
So though they lost the first game, and we didn't get a chance to see Impact's huddle to kind of, compare and contrast. Tell kids to vote. Vote or die, everybody. If you're going to just a little insert, vote or die. But yes, so that's what I'm talking about. That's a team that wants to win a tournament. And that's a team that understands if they, they're headed into the second half. We got a minute and a half. They could be 15 minutes away from going and sitting in the stands and watching the rest of this event.
Right.
Right. And you can feel that fire. That's why that intensity comes out. And it's not pretty sometimes, but that's real. And that is paintball at this level. It's heart, it's fire. They, bleed every weekend for this. These guys are playing hurt. They're sacrificing relationships. They're sacrificing jobs. I mean, giving up, the chance to make a ton of money doing something else instead of, traveling around the world playing this game, which we all love, and it's an amazing ride. But that's the intensity. That's really good to see. So I think, it's going to be now up to Impact to see if they can match that intensity. Because you know how it is. If you're a heavyweight fighter and somebody's coming at you hard, you've got to go one step farther.
Right, and I want everybody to remember last year when the Ironmen won this event, every single player on that Ironman team won points by themselves because every single player on that team was playing at 110%, and you can't have one player not playing. I mean, literally, if you look at it, every player is worth 20% of your team. You can't go out there and play 80% and have one player suck.
All right, so as we got 8 seconds, and you're looking at the kill count, Justin Cornell feasting for impact, and Josh Davey, both those teams guys continuing to step up. Justin Cornell had 7 kills in the first half. Josh Davey 5. These are confirmed kills. Angel 4 and Alex Frazee 6. So Justin Swartz with 5. It's a bloodbath right now. We got a bloodbath out there. It's 4-3. Dynasty on top, and you're looking at.
You look, Alex. Is that Alex Frazee sitting back there on the very back line? Found a little blind spot on the field and.
Yeah, and you're looking, he's going to try to make a move. He wants to get out, either get into Snake 1 or have Angel bump out. And here he goes. He's making a move, and he can make it. Oh, and he got dinked out, though. So that lane is so hard to get through. But you look, also Impact losing one of their players as well, trying to get out. Zach Yakmek in there, and he's now getting shot at. Angel Fergoza, Davey Williamson in the back center. Justin Swartz, or no, that's Quincy Boyas over there on the Dorito side. You're looking at Angel Fergoza right now. There goes Davey Williamson making a move to the stand-up. So they're just letting Angel stand up over the top of this bunker, and he's looking for a move. You know, that's why you can see now he hasn't even gone down to his feet or down to his knee.
Oh, Quincy taking the walk over there. Dynasty down to 2 players now. You're seeing Josh Davey and Angel Fergoza there trying to hold off this impact push, which I believe is still 4 strong.
Yeah, and so Quincy coming out of there, Alex Savino dying as well. So there's just 2 Dynasty players left, Angel Fergoza and Davey Williamson. Let's see if they can keep this lead, or it looks like, because Impact's playing pretty tight right now. I don't know if they know the count.
It's real odd that you got. It's a 4-on-2 right now in favor of Impact, and Angel is still able to stand over the top of that.
Yeah, and that's just Angel being able to look at the the streams. Do these guys read streams? Here goes Angel making a move. Yeah, nice move. Angel was able to make it out there. He's got picked up by Justin though, or Zach. That's Zach Yakmek in there dude, and I got to give a lot of props to that guy, man. That kid really has become one of the best players on his team, and he's just one of those damage guys. He's always in there, and he's the son of Bart, the owner of the team, and, that's one of those things where it's like, oh, you see now he's just feasting cross field right now. Shoots Davey Williamson into the pack now, just leaving Angel Fergoza down here, and it's 4-on-1, and Dynasty's going to have to concede that point. So Dynasty blows the horn, and again, props to Zach because he played with Dynasty last year, and I think learned a lot from that. And he's really one of those guys that, again, like a sponge, never stops to get better. And he's really a smart, methodical player who definitely pushes the aggressive envelope. And that's the holy grail right there. As we look, Angel Fergoza definitely going to be a little frustrated. He was the last player left alive, and but even like you said, it was 2-on-4. He's still up over the top of that bunker looking for made the move. He's doing everything he can do right now.
I think and maybe it's just me. I know I've emphasized on him a lot, but I mean I think really the game is kind of in his hands. But like I said, the last point of the last half, he made the snake, and then he came out here and he just played an amazing point. I know Dynasty didn't win, but I mean being smart enough to shift out to the can in the corner rather than going into the snake when you're down on bodies. And he played really smart, played really good paintball, and it's not his fault that they went into the snake. It's he obviously kept them out until the pressure was on, and then he had to shift out. So
let's listen to the pitch right now and see what they have to say. Wow, it's like a machine. They're just quiet. Look at this. It's like a 3-prong machine. That's hilarious.
It's like SK. They walk in there. SK has made the call of what play it is. Everybody knows their job. You do your job, man. All right, I need pods. I need air. Here's the play. I'm going to go run my play, and I'm going to get back out there. And look, I mean, they're out there with 33 seconds left. You don't see a lot of these You don't see a lot of these teams running a player out there, last minute like you see in the D1, D2.
They try to be as non-frantic as possible. If you're running around frantic, it's going to affect your play. You get out there, you're flustered. You're just like, oh God, did I get my pods? Am I clean? Am I going to get pulled on an old hit? Where am I going? Is it, all that? You don't want to think about that. You just want to focus, and you could see that focus right there. Josh Davey gets set to go in the breakout. Angel and Alex Frazee again. This time Angel getting taken out the break. So it's Alex Frazee over there. He's going to have to handle. And on Impact side, looks like Yosh Rao up the center. So Yosh Rao, he's going to try to wrap around. Wow, he's right on it, dying right now, man. He's definitely he wants to get some kills and start chopping it up. And trying to get a move. He's going to come through the center. Oh, wow, they're going to trade out. hell of a job, though, Josh Ouimet. He slipped and fell, still able to get up. And you could just see people over there trying to the pits of impact, trying to help their boys out on the field. That was a good move by by Yost to get up there, and he was really just gunfighting dominantly around that side, trying to get kills.
Right.
Josh Ouimet figured it out and but he slipped, still able to maintain his composure, got up and dove underneath X, but Yost saw it coming and came around, and they traded out with each other. But
that's one thing with X-Ball and with coaching. It's great to go to the X, and you hope to catch a guy trying to secondary out, but as soon as the coach can relay that to the team, then you've got to get some kills while you're up there because your time up there is short-lived.
Yeah, exactly.
No
it's
team
it's like a supernova.
Right.
It's going to burn real brightly, but it's not going to last for very long.
Yeah,
so Justin Swartz getting a shot cross field on Josh Davey. So Alex Frazee holding it down over here. Let's see what they can bring to bear here. So it's Ryan Greenspan, Justin Swartz,
and Alex Frazee over
and
there.
Alex Frazee, and Josh Davey alive for impact, trying to make moves. Justin Cornell alive as well.
And if you had two players left.
Oh, looks like Josh Davey handling Swartz over there on the Dorito side, but off the chaos. Here comes Alex Frazee. Been looking for that move the entire point, able to slide into Snake 1 and mirror Justin Cornell's move.
And if you had two players left live on impact, those would be the two that you would want left alive.
Whew, Ryan Greenspan is wheeling and dealing over there in center, slipping around, man. It's been rained really hard last night and rained hard this morning, so the field is real slippery. And though Greenspan's like a little squirrel running around out there, and he's real scampery and able to, he's very quick. Like if you could say anything about Ryan's style of play is he always moves on a dime and he's able to cut and get to spots. And so if he does slip, he's always able to get his feet underneath him. Josh Davey crossing the 50-yard line. I think Alex picked him up. Yes, I think Alex
if you watch Ryan Greenspan play, he looks around. He knows what his team is doing. He knows what the other team is doing.
Wow, so I don't know. It looks like Justin Cornell definitely got shot by Alex Frazee, but Alex Frazee wanted it. Justin Cornell smartly tried to come around, so now we're in a one-on-one situation. Oh, but Josh Davey pulling off a one-on-one.
No, two-on-one. I didn't know Impact still had that cake back there. That's
Anthony Piazza hiding in the back.
And
Anthony Piazza was in that back.
I think that's who they actually pulled Quincy out on, or I'm sorry, Alex out on. I believe he's the one that shot Alex Frazee making
hell of a move by Alex Frazee to come down here. We're back in the Dynasty pits here, and Davey Williamson, and Ryan Martin. Up to see Shane Pastana, the coach of the Ironman, mulling about. Yeah, so the Ironman and Damage game coming up next. And Damage, though they won Chicago, they are now one loss away from potentially going home.
You're talking about people still milling around in the bits. That's one thing I like about this format, especially at World Cup, is that there's always pro players around. Anybody that has a favorite team or fans or whatever. I mean, to be out here and we just were on the field, and usually you wouldn't see those players for the rest of the day, and they're still here. They're milling around. I mean, there's pro players mixed in the stands next to kids that are playing D5, and
because they got to scout games.
They do, and everybody's out here. Everybody's around. It's kind of a cool atmosphere. Everybody's excited. And, it's neat. You got kids in the stands that are watching some of the pro players and like, oh man, look, that's so and so. So it's kind of a neat atmosphere here.
Well, it's the World Cup, and it's funny, it's the World Cup's such a big. Dynasty calls the timeout. The score: Impact 5, Dynasty 4. Again, if Dynasty loses this game, in case you just tuned in, it's gonna be the end of their event. And but yeah, it's like you said, this is the World Cup, and that's become such a cliche in and of itself. That it was like funny. Last year we're listening, like Alex comes up to me and he's like, it's just the World Cup speech is, it's just like, get it up, derp, World Cup, play your heart out, because it is a cliche now. This is the biggest event. There's I'm not sure the final tally of teams, but the last time I talked to Lane, the earlier part of the week, there's 340 teams.
Yeah,
that's massive, man.
Everybody, man, and it's the only event in the United States where you need a translator at your booth because people from all over the world are here.
Very true. All right, we see the breakout. That's Justin Cornell and Josh Davey on the other side.
Both teams 5 up, and it seems like both teams trying to push this Dorito side a lot more this match.
Yeah, well, the Doritos have definitely come into play here because it's so hard to get into Snake. As we see Angel, no problem getting in there Snake 1. But it's like you said before, in this particular layout, you're not seeing a lot of guys both in the snake at the same time, especially at that 50-yard line. It just is not happening because. Well, but it's a very creative snake, though. You know, you have to play it tight and you have to scurry and go sometimes. So Alex Frazier getting shot as well as Justin Swartz.
Like, it's one of those things, man. Like, where did Dynasty get bit from the last match? They lost from the snake side, so we're not going to let them get in there. And obviously, Impact saw how important it was, so they're going to try to keep guys out. And this is the second time the whole match that Angel's been able to get in there.
Fiazza able to get into Dorit too.
You're watching.
And he is trying to get a shot on Davey Williamson. There goes. Looks like Alex Savino. Alex Savino getting into Dorito too as well. He's getting checked out by the referee. And looks like he's clean. So he's into mirroring Fiazza's move.
Which is real important. If he can keep them from marching down that Dorito side and let Angel work over here.
Well, Angel's trying to get a shot on Justin Cornell in the back right now. Now he's trying to get a shot on Zach Yakmak right there. You can see that bunker just blowing up as Angel's just putting those balls. I mean, again, when you're shooting a bunker, you don't want to necessarily shoot the bunker, but you're trying to shoot about an inch off. That way that if the guy tries to head check, he might head check into your stream. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in this match, and if it were to end right now, as it stands, Dynasty would this would be their last game of the event. So in a must-win situation for Dynasty. That's another cool thing about this format, too, is that immediately, boom, you are immediately fighting for your life.
Right.
It's not like a slow, gradual build to this climax. No, it's immediately you're in a death match, and the last thing you want to do is rock all year long and then come into today and get destroyed.
It's not like let's play 2 days of paintball and then see where the scores lay. It's
there's
one of these two teams is going on, and we want it more than you, so we're going to take it away from you. Justin Cornell now matching that snake.
Looked like we met Josh Wimette got shot out of that center, and here comes Alex Savino getting chopped up, trying to push down that Dorito side. This is a pretty big point right here. If Dynasty wins, they will tie it up. If they lose, they're going to... Yep, so looks like Fiazza able to come up that Dorito side, and again, it's just Angel Fergoza left alive. Right now, if I was the coach, I'd be like, hey, look, Angel wants to win this tournament.
Right.
Angel wants to win the World Cup. Does anyone else want to win the World Cup? I mean, obviously they do, but as a coach, you have to be pushing and prodding your players to get the best out of them.
Right, and Angel's come alive in the second half, man. He's doing work, and it's time for everybody else to step up and come around him.
Now, you see, Dynasty in that first half, Angel had 4 confirmed kills, Alex Frazier 6 confirmed kills. Impact, Justin Cornell had 7, so Justin's definitely doing work over on that snake side. And he just did some work on that last point. So as we hit the 5-minute mark, Dynasty now down 2 points. Score Impact 6, Dynasty 4.
Not to pick on one player, but Alex Vino over on the Dorito side, stupid moves. It's 3-on-4. You're down. I know everybody wants to make a play, man, but you're the only person on that side of the field, and you are the only one that can keep them from marching up the Doritos. And just not necessary. There's plenty of time left, and so instead of being...
Yeah, you're totally right, man.
Instead of being 1 point down with 4 minutes left, now you're 2 points down. So
that Angel's getting worked over in the Dynasty pit right now. They're quiet and focused in there. Eric Crandall, Dynasty's manager. The last couple words of encouragement before they sent him out there.
Yep.
And we see there's Justin Cornell, Fiazza, Josh Davey, Zach Yakmek. Dude, they've pretty much been running their Edmonton lineup. They've been running their. Again, chips are down right now. Everyone's all in.
And I don't want to make it sound like Dynasty isn't playing well. Dynasty is playing a good match.
They are playing
Impact is just playing a really, really good match.
But that's the thing. At this point, man, it's who's landing more blows, and Impact is just landing more blows right now. And you see it in the stats. You can see it on the field.
One thing that we've noticed in this match, there hasn't been a single penalty the entire match. It's been the only penalty-free match. So Dynasty doing work over in the Dorito side all the way up in the Dorito 2, and Impact dropping at least one player so far. Yeah, it's a 4-on-5 now in favor of Dynasty. No, now 4-on-4, Dynasty dropping their Dorito 2. You're just looking at Alex Frazier and the Snake Temple. Dynasty losing their second player off that Dorito side, so it's a 4-on-3 now in favor of Impact. So there's that swing we were talking about. Dynasty dropping their second player off the Dorito side.
Big move by Alex Frazier.
There we
referee
go.
in there checking him out. Let's see if he made it in clean. And you see the referee immediately goes to the opposite side. Not the side we can see, but the side he would have got shot on. As in now Impact starting to get chopped up a little bit. It's just Zach Yakmek over here on this snake side of the field. And I think Alex senses that he's not getting a lot of pressure. And that's the thing, man. If you're listening in, a good player, if no one's shooting at you, then you need to start peeking around your bunker. Yeah, head check first, but if you're not getting shot at and no one's dominating you, make a move. Oh, getting destroyed.
There we go.
Viaza yelling. You can see immediately turns around and yells at his pit. So he's definitely angry that somebody was giving him the wrong information.
I believe it's 2-on-3 now in favor of Dynasty.
Wow, this is a hell of a match, too. I mean, we're looking at 3:21 left. Dynasty down 2 points. They're up in this particular point right now. As we see Ryan Greenspan coming up on the Dorito side of the field and Alex Frazier rolling his gun. He needs to get across. Dynasty needs to work across. And here comes Zach Yakmek to try to get into Snake 1 and do some damage control. Now he's going to have to zone up cross field. Oh, almost got shot by Davey Williamson, who's doing a good job right now of counterpunch paintball. Boom, right there.
There we go.
Josh, we met. Here comes Davey Williamson, and that's going to be it this point for Impact.
Dynasty down by 1 point now. We saw them score, a 35-second point at the end of the other half. But, I was wondering, though, if you had to pick between Alex Frazier and Angel Fregosa and the Snake, who are you going to pick? I mean, if you're SK, who are you going to put in there?
I would honestly, I'd put them both on the side.
Yeah.
I'd send Angel out there to Snake 1, and I would back him up with Alex.
Yeah.
That way you have best of both worlds. Because right now, I mean, they're both. Alex is playing a little bit more conservative, but he's also in there alive too. I'd say that Angel is a little bit more conservative, and it's interesting. As it gets close, again, the rain starts to fall. So the rain's starting to come down here with 2 minutes.
I mean, I think Alex just got 3 kills from that Snake. He prevented the run up through the middle. He shot the guy out of the Snake. I mean, he did a lot of really good things. So I mean, I wonder if SK notices that, and if he's going to make some adjustments. We'll see who they push on the Snake side. I mean, I'm sure they probably won't change it for the last point. I mean, you probably see Angel still going there first, but if they do advance on, it'd be neat to see what they do because, I mean, Alex just didn't work in there.
Yeah, so super important point, man. In case you guys just tuned in, you're looking at do or die time for Dynasty. They need to win this game, or their tournament is over. Impact beat them the first match. Game 44 was closer on the scoreboard than on the field, or at least in my opinion. 35. So, and strangely enough, that's exactly where we are right now. It's 6-5. Impact on top. And as the, kind of an overcast day here in Orlando, Florida.
Even now, we talked about composure and like the mental state, and I think that's one of the biggest things that separates pro teams from top level, Division I teams is their composure in the pits and on the field. Like, they're excited and everybody's motivated, everybody's pumped, but more than anything, they don't want to make any mistakes right now. And they're not over there screaming and yelling. They're over there, all right, let's make sure none of us have hits on. Let's make sure everybody's gun's working. We got a minute 48 before the point starts, and let's do this clean. Let's do it right, and let's get out there with, the best chance to win we have. Nobody needs to get crazy. We all know paintball. Let's just do this as a team, and I bet that's more than anything what you're hearing in the Dynasty starting station right now is, all right, we need to come together. But I mean, like we were saying, there hasn't been a penalty the entire game, which is pretty amazing considering some of the other games. I mean, we watched the Americans had 2 majors and a couple minors in their match against X Factor, which they ended up winning anyways. But it's really neat that it's been a clean game so far. Neither team's really frustrated. They're both playing well. It's just right now Impact's got the edge.
And you're looking out there at Skinny Kevin. Kevin Breathauer over there giving some people or giving his players the last little, hey man, this is what's been working, this is what hasn't been working. And you're looking at Davey. Let's see who they got. They got Davey Williamson. They got looks like Quincy Boyes, Alex Savino, Ryan Greenspan, and Angel Fregosa. Now this is 3 minutes left, so this could potentially be the last point. If it goes rather long, probably not though. We haven't really seen 3 minute points yet. The points are averaging around a minute 30.
Yeah.
As far as points go, maybe a little bit longer, maybe 2. But But it's Impact, what they want to do, they want to come out strong. They want to get those shots off the break, which they've been doing really, really good at. So you want to focus, shoot, again, ABCs of paintball. Off the break, be very tight. Handle your business. Shoot your lanes as effectively as possible and visualize that ball breaking on that guy. Then get in your spot, do your job. Then don't die in gunfights. Win your gunfights. Be a dominant gunfighter. Exert your will onto the other team. Here we go. Angel Fergoza on the breakout. Looks like he ends up getting shot, so he comes off, and Ryan Greenspan right in there as well. So that was a bad, man. Poor Angel getting shot trying to have there. That's great for Impact, though, as Impact also takes out Ryan Greenspan. This would be real huge for Impact, because if they take this point right here, then that really puts them in the driver's seat. They'll be up 2, down with very little time left on the clock. About 2 minutes and 21 seconds left. And you can see Quincy Boyas pushing very, and he gets shot as well. So at this point, I would almost throw the flag. For Dynasty, they got Davey left alive, so he's going to get shot. They need to throw the flag. Dynasty's not going to throw the flag. I don't know why they're not going to throw the flag. Because you want to, at this point, you need time. Time is not Dynasty's friend right now.
You're going to be. There we go. There goes Dynasty with a towel. And
once you get to the point, anytime it's at that situation where it's 5 against 2 and you have 2 minutes left, and that's going to make it a 2-point spread, but the chances that it's a higher percentage play to throw the flag in, have a little over 2 minutes left, and hope that you can win 2 1-minute points, then expect those guys to pull off that.
That's what I was going to say. It's just like poker. It's in poker, you always got to play the percentage. And what are the percentages of one of your players winning a 4-on-1? Not very high. What are the chances of you coming out and winning 2 fast points? That's a little bit better. Let's go with that option. So Dynasty burning a little unnecessary time there. Now you're looking at the impact pits, which we haven't seen a lot of, and they're happy. They're again really, really controlled though. Nobody's screaming, nobody's excited, nobody's thinking they have it in the bag either. Though that's another big thing that they cannot get in their heads, is they cannot think that they've won this game, because if any team has the impact players that can come back and just absolutely run you down, it is Dynasty. And
you're going to see it on the break. If this break goes in Dynasty's favor, then they need to push their advantage and score quick points. Let's listen to what the impact players have to say. That's Bart Yaksnak, owner of the team, the yellow towel on.
40 seconds, guys. 40 seconds. Micro, anybody? Pay attention. We don't have a timeout. Here, 30 seconds. Right there, real quick. I need her. Did I hear Dynasty timeout? Fuck out of the way. I don't think so. No?
And I don't think people at home that haven't played this format understand how hard it is, especially for these snake players, to go out there, dive into the snake every point, and then you have to run over to the pit, even if you get shot, and you're like, okay, now I got to get pods, I got to get air. It's not like, oh, let me sit and watch and see what happens with the rest of this point. It's
take a breather.
Yeah, it's you got a guy handing you a bottle of water, you got another guy handing you a pod, you're shoving a pod in your pack while you're taking a drink, and somebody else is getting you air.
So here we go. This could be it right here. I'll tell you what, if Impact scores another point, if they win this point right here, and Alex Frazee going up to the center off the break, and looks like Alex Savino might have got shot off the break. He did, but Justin Swartz is left alive, and he's pushing hard and aggressive up the Dorito side. And here comes Alex Frazee doing exactly what Oliver Lang did earlier on. There's still 2 players left on here, and then Angel Fergoza coming off that move, coming down the snake side. He's backed up by Ryan Greenspan. Able to feast on the back center. So it's just Zach Yakmek left alive, and he's going to push into. So here's just what we talked about. Super aggressive point. You got to polish off that last guy, which they do.
Done and done.
Wow, amazing. That was authentic smash nose paintball right there. I'll tell you what they did was it's a stunt, okay? You're pushing hard and aggressive, and what you do is and they know it's coming, but the problem is that if you got those balls whizzing right by your face, you're either riding or dying, and you got to come back, and now they have that spot. They send Alex Frazee up the gut, okay? Get a G off the break. Now, Justin Swartz comes swinging around. Now I tell you what, for sure, Alex watched the Ironman game and saw Oliver do what he did.
Right.
He did exactly the same move, polished off that guy in the stand-up. Swartz dives as well, and they lost A-Rod off that side, but because they were throwing so many flurries of punches at him from different sides, there's really not a lot that they can do about it. And honestly, again, it's about execution after the first initial burst. And so, it was awesome that Alex Frazee made that move up the center, and that broke it open. But if it wasn't for Angel Fergoza and Ryan Greenspan following it up smartly, they wouldn't have been able to score the point in the amount of time they have. So now we got ourselves a 1-point match. Travis, it's 7-6. but still a minute and 11 seconds left, so tons of time.
And I'm sure a lot of people at home are thinking, well, like, why does if it's so easy just to throw a guy here, throw a guy there, and win a point? Why doesn't Dynasty do that every time? Well, that's not the high percentage play.
Yeah.
It's not. It's and if you've been giving one team a look the entire match and you've been showing them, like, all right, we're going to play conservative paintball, not incredibly conservative, but, we're going to try to make smart moves, we're going to try to do this, and then all of a sudden the next point you just come out there and shove it down their throat, like, all right, that puts them on their heels, and now they know, okay, this team's capable of that, but you can't do that every time. It is, if you know that a team's just going to throw themselves at you like that, it becomes easy to stop if you've been seeing that look the whole match. But there are more conservative teams, less conservative teams. That's obviously one extreme we just saw at a Dynasty, and that's what makes them so strong, is that if they need to sit back and conserve time, they can, but at the same time, if they need to score a 35-second point, they just did it. So that's really good. Like less than 35 seconds, I guess.
And that was what needed to happen. And again, it's you take it from the other team,
right.
You take it from them, and
I like that they didn't save that for the last point. They pushed real hard. Now they've got a minute. They've got a lot of time to score this point.
And like I said, Impact's been taking it from them, so they grabbed it back. And here, let's going to try it again. Here comes Alex Frazee up the gut again. Oh, looks like Josh Davey getting shot off the break. Angel Fregosa still alive. Looks like Justin Swartz out in the middle of the open. I don't know what he was doing over there. But Alex Savino's still left alive, and Alex Frazee's still alive up there as well. They also lost, I think that was Zach. Oh, yeah, so Zach as well. So it's just Justin Cornell with 46 seconds left. Alex Savino, they shot another one. So four alive for Dynasty. It's just Justin Cornell. Can they do it in 40 seconds? Alex Frazee gets chopped up, trying to play too aggressive in the center. So it's Alex Savino just wiling out. He gets taken out as well, so they're getting chopped up. So it's Ryan Greenspan. Wow, so Justin Cornell single-handedly destroying the aggressive push of Alex Frazee and Alex Savino.
Again, Alex Savino, man, I think he pushed too fast, man. I don't
15 seconds left, 14. Let's see if Ryan Greenspan can get a shot on him. He's got to look at the clock and realize what he's got going on. He got the shot. Let's see if he can get the hang in time.
3, 2, 1.
Not going to be able to do it. So Dynasty goes home. Wow, look at that. You see the frustration of Ryan Greenspan just doing everything he possibly could do in order to get that win. Just all they needed was one win to give him a chance. And I mean, I don't know if Dynasty's ever been in this situation before. So right there, you see the final score, Impact 7, Dynasty 6. We just watched the 8th seed take down the 1st seed, and a team that's won 2 events this year get beat by the 8th seed who had to fight. And you see, I mean, he's got to pack his bags right now. I mean, I'm sure hopefully they'll hang out at the event, but their season is over with. Their season is done here.
Initially frustrated, he lost track of the time. He had a chance to win that, and with 15 seconds, he's got to be going for the flag and running the last guy down. He's initially frustrated with that.
Look at Angel too, man. He fought his heart out, man. He couldn't have done any more than he did. And Ryan Greenspan, and again, it wasn't necessarily that Dynasty played bad. They didn't. Impact just took it away from them.
And
this format, just paintball in general. Look at, they're just frustrated. And you know what it really was, that particular point, was Justin Swartz and Alex Savino got chewed up by Justin Cornell pushing down that side. And, hey, 40 seconds left. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
But it's that super-duper 1% fine line. They got to know that as they are coming aggressive, if they don't win, you got to –
and Dynasty was in position to win that point. I mean, honestly, they had a huge advantage, and Alex Frazee again did his job going up the middle, and then, man, I mean, it really looked like Alex Savino just did not know what was going on. There were 50 seconds left in the match. They're up. It's like a 4-on-2, and here he is just like running down the side of the field. I don't even think he knew where people were. You got 50 seconds. Like, you're on the coaching side where your coach is. Like, ask. It's one of those things. But you hear people say, we live paintball. If anybody does, it's Dynasty, man. Those guys, they give up girlfriends, they give up jobs, they give up a chance to have, really nice lives where they make several $100,000 a year, go to college, and they give that up so that they can come out here and basically entertain. I mean, that's
and also play. Paintball is a unique beast, and it's very addictive because it is such a vibrant burst of life. You get that adrenaline flowing. You're playing with your buddies. You're traveling. It's a very interesting thing.